YouTube. What's good, guys? So today I want us to talk about why a lot of people are going to assume that you are on drugs when you are on semen retention. So one thing you have to understand is the fact that a lot of people live their day-to-day life, I would say, in misery. In misery in terms of having to deal with all the happenings of life psychologically. Like a popular philosopher once said, he was like, man suffereth more from his imagination than from the actual things that are happening to him, in life, in reality. It's all about how we tend to interpret whatever it is that is happening in our life or that is happening in the present moment. It's all about how we interpret it. That's how that situation is going to be. A situation is always a situation. It's always neutral. It's always our meaning. It's always us who gives it meaning. So it's always our meaning about each situation in life that makes the situation what it is. So you find a lot of people who are struggling with so much in life, in the sense that they tend to exaggerate whatever it is that is happening in their present life. They tend to exaggerate it they blow it, we all blow it literally out of proportion, and it's not like we are doing that consciously, because the sense that we are always playing whatever it is that is going on in our head repeatedly, and mostly in a negative way. The thoughts that we have are always repeated. So people are not necessarily aware of all this, and so therefore they let life beat them down. They are weighed down by life psychologically. But you on semen retention, it is quite different. How is it different for a man on semen retention? One thing you have to understand about the semen is that it contains a lot of nutrients, a lot of things that we are not even aware of, things that we cannot begin to fathom. There are a lot of nutrients that are responsible for playing certain roles in the brain, and those certain roles in the brain result to a particular state of being of a certain person, who possesses those said nutrients. So you are going to find yourself mostly in an elevated mood on semen retention, man. That is because you are retaining all those nutrients within. It is going back into your body, and it's performing the function that it's supposed to perform. It is healing the parts of you that need healing. So you are going to find yourself usually and almost all the time high on life. The number of times that you can say that you are actually like you've been brought down by what somebody did or what life has thrown at you is going to become very, very little. Semen retention gives you the courage, it gives you the ability to go through life effortlessly. I always give an example whenever I'm giving an example about how semen retention tends to make one's life easier. When you're trying to design a gear, I don't know if you guys know a gear, it's this metal plate that has like sharp edges. If you're trying to design it, if you watch the process of making a gear, you're going to notice the fact that during the production process, the gear and the machine that is designing it is usually there's oil between the two of them, man. And what does that oil do? It prevents the gear from catching fire. It prevents the process from going in flames. So the same thing applies to you on semen retention, man. Your liquid fluid within you is what is smoothing life up for you. It's what makes that interface, that's part of you that has always like struggled with life, that has always struggled with life's problems and all that. That part of it just oils it, and it makes it just run smoother. Like you just go with it, you start going with the flow of life, man. So guys, retaining your semen, man, it makes you feel high on life. Now I'm going to tell you guys a story that happened one time, and it happened when once I was at a party. It was like club kind of, I was at this party and we were all dancing, you know, like, but I was just dancing and I didn't care, bro. And I had not taken anything that night, man. I was just sober. You know, and I was just dancing and just, you know, there's a way you dance and it's like you're not necessarily focused on who is there or what the people who are there are saying. Do you understand? So I was just dancing and just being in the moment. And for some reason, some guys came and one of them tapped me at my back and he was like, "Are you on drugs?" First of all, I was very, very bewildered. You know, it was very astonishing that he asked me that. For number one reason, I never imagined that like people needed actually something to like make them have fun. You know, like people cannot just be in the moment with themselves and just have fun, whatever it is, listening to music, creating art, whatever it is, man. Like I was so shocked for that reason, you know. And for number two, it's not a commonality in my life, kind of, you know. Like and by drugs I mean like ecstasy and like molly and those stuffs, man. You know, so I was so bewildered that he asked me that. But later I started understanding why he asked me that. You know, it was simply because my energy was just too high, man. You know, it was as if I was on something that has elevated my state of being, my mood. You know, so a lot of people on this journey are going to assume that you're on drugs, man. The way you walk with so much energy, you walk with so much life. When you're talking to people, you're talking with so much energy, you're talking with so much life, you're talking with so much passion, man. It's going to be felt. Like it cannot be hidden, you know. If you're on this journey, the way you move, your mannerisms, the way you speak, your voice, your eye contact, everything is just going to be different about you, man. I'm outside, it's cold and I'm shaking. Yeah, everything about you is going to be heightened. Your sense perceptions, your energy level, your intelligence, your intuition, everything about you as a man is just going to be heightened, man. So semen retention is a beautiful journey. The pros of this journey outweighs whatever pro you are going to be getting from pleasure. You know, it's a very hard one. It's a very lonely part in the sense that not a lot of men are on this journey, you know. So there are not a lot of men who you can necessarily like connect with in your environment per se. You know, it's also a topic that is shied away from. Like people are not discussing about it enough for the sake of or for the fear of being seen as weird, you know. But there are so much benefits to this journey, man. There's so much. So guys, keep on retaining, man. Yeah. Life is going to get better. It might be rough for some time, you know. Like I always say, a diamond, the reason why it's so precious is the fact that it undergoes the production process is a very how do you say it, high pressure process, you know. It undergoes pressure that not a lot of other minerals can withstand, you know, and that is why diamonds are so precious. So for you to be precious, you know, for you to become something of value, you know, for yourself or for other people, whatever your motivation is, you have to go through that pressure, man. You have to be willing to walk that path that not a lot of people in life are willing to walk. So guys, please retain. Your face is going to change. You are going to be glowing. People will see it. People can feel it. You don't have to say it. Your energy level is going to be high. You walk into a room, everybody's just going to be staring at you, man. You know. So yes, guys, keep on retaining, and most especially, do it for the self, for yourself, not for women, not for how you are going to be viewed in society. You know, do it because you probably want to get to know yourself better. For me, it was more or less about confidence, you know. I didn't like the fact that I was always afraid of life, you know. I wanted to stop being afraid of life, and I went on a journey of self-search, or how would you call it, self-inquiry, you know. And this is where I am today. So you should have like a very good reason for doing this journey, man. It's not a child's play, to be very honest. Yeah, the energies and the powers you get on this journey is just, it's crazy, man. Like, you're not seeking for it, but it comes to you. It's that type of power, and I feel like it's the greatest power in life, man. And a lot of people feel like power is always like having control over other people or over situations. You know, a lot of people feel like having power is having control over people and over situations in life. No, you know, the most powerful way of being powerful is to have power over oneself, you know, not over any other person, because you can never control what any other person is going to do, man. Never. It's never going to happen. No matter how much you want this person to behave like this or to look like this, it's never going to happen. So the only power you can have is to stop wanting for other people to be different or for situations to be different. You know, that's where you are most powerful, because that's the only thing you can necessarily control in life, you know. So start focusing on those things you can control, you know, and not those things that you cannot control, and watch how your life is automatically going to change and transform, man. You know, your energy levels are going to be so high that, bro, even you might be freaked out sometimes, you know, at the things you start seeing, probably in people, you know, how you start reading situations better. Your life just changes, man. Bro, I love this journey. I can't lie to you. Fucking love this journey. It's one journey that I feel like a lot of people should be aware of, and if a lot of people are definitely aware of this journey, life is going to be better in general, man. Life is just going to be better, because the reason why we are suffering so much is that we've disconnected from ourselves, which is God per se. You know, the God is within you. God is within all of us. We are all gods. There's no special being somewhere. That's my belief, though. Yeah. There's no special being somewhere. The God is within you. The God is your semen. Keep it within you, and you are going to be exposed, you know, to the powers of this universe, man. You know, the powers of this universe are going to be made available to one who is willing to give up everything that has to do with, I wouldn't want to say desire, because it's also desire that enables you to go after the important things as well in life, but would I say negative desire? You know, if you're able to give up seeking for things that are outside of you to become fulfilled, you know, if you're able to do that, trust me, man, your life is just going to increase. The quality of your life is just going to become totally better, because everything outside of you can and will be taken away from you. You know, the things you should be developing as a person, as a man especially, are those things that people cannot take away from you. You know, you can be locked up today, you know, but should you necessarily be locked up in your brain, in your psychology? You know, if you put me in a prison cell, you know, I shouldn't necessarily feel like my life is over. I still have control over my brain. You know, that's the type of power I'm talking about, having power over yourself. You know, because people can take away your freedom from you, people can take away your money from you, but people cannot take away you being okay with them taking it away from you. You know, and that's the one people hate the most. Once people cannot get to that part of you, people are going to not want to fuck with you, man. You know, people are not going to be around you, because so yes, guys, today I just, you know, the topic of today was actually, what was it? I've forgotten. But yeah, I think I've diverted from what I was talking about initially, but regardless, you got the message. So I love you guys, and if you are new to my channel, please do subscribe. Thank you.